day ever, I feel like. It's just craziness to me that the long weekend's already over. Today, I'm sorry if I look a little crazy. I like wet my bangs so that I could actually do a little demo for you on some of these products. So I'm going to just, they're kind of damp. I'm just going to clip them off and out of the way for now. Today we are talking pretty much exclusively about one brand, and that brand is T3. And they also go by T3 Micro, and they really are like at the forefront of all hair technology in terms of hair tools, in my opinion. Let's put on a little bit of lip gloss. So T3 is first and foremost a technology company, and then they make these amazing hair tools and accessories. So we're going to talk all about T3 today, and we have 5 different products / tools that we're going to talk about from them, and then I'll actually demo 2 of them for you guys today. I think we'll kind of go in order from like how you would use these. So I'm going to talk about some of the accessories first, and then we'll jump a little bit more into the actual products, the tools themselves. So the first step, I don't know about you guys, I tend to like really dread hair washing day. I have hair extensions, so my hair is very, very long and thick when I have hair extensions in. My natural hair is not long and thick. Actually, my natural hair is pretty long. It's just not super thick. It's pretty fun. So for me, I really, really dread washing my hair because it just takes forever. And so a couple different things that I have here, depending on whether it's a hair wash day or not, is we're going to start with, let's start with as if we weren't washing our hair. So I don't know about you guys, but like when my mom was growing up, she always used shower caps. My mom had very curly hair, so she always had these plastic shower caps that she would wear when she didn't want to get her hair wet. And so that was something that I kind of grew up knowing was a thing and like used a lot. So the first thing we're going to talk about today is the T3 Luxe shower cap. Now, I honestly think you cannot get away without having a good shower cap. I like to replace mine every 2 to 3 years because they do tend to get a little bit gross. This one is typically $35. It's only $29.75 during the live stream. This is the nicest shower cap I've ever seen. It's completely machine washable, which isn't something that I think is very common in shower caps. And there's 2 parts to it. So on the exterior of the shower cap here, obviously it's gorgeous and pink and has this like geometric shape going on. It's got a waterproof material here to keep moisture off of the hair. Got a really nice elasticized kind of bonnet piece here. And then the interior is completely microfiber, which is really nice. So I'm going to flip it inside out so you guys can see. So it's this gorgeous microfiber material that's really soft on the hair. It's going to make sure that there's no snagging or ripping of the hair. It's not going to cause any extra breakage or anything like that. And like I said, you can just toss this in the washing machine when you're ready to like give it a wash. So they do recommend when you put this on, you put it on like kind of like a swim cap, so from front to back. So here, back. It is fairly large. I do find like my bun is very high, so sometimes I look a little crazy when I put this on because my bun is so big, but I do think that this would fit all most hair lengths, unless your hair is longer than mine, and I have 22-inch extensions in at the moment. And all hair textures as well too, because there's just plenty of space in here. So this is awesome. I keep this by the shower. I only wash my hair because I have extensions. I wash my hair maybe once every 2 to 3 weeks. That sounds really gross, but I do wash my scalp up the top. I just don't like to wash my extensions that often. So for this guy, this is like essential for me to have nearby. So $29.75 during the live stream, $35 typically. I think that's a great deal. It's definitely the highest quality shower cap that I've ever seen. This is a huge step up from just like the ones I would pull from like the hotel rooms traveling around before the Rona. So must have here. Okay, let's switch gears a little bit. Trying to get the button to work so it pops this item up for you guys. Okay. The next item that we have here is, let's say you are washing your hair. So obviously with the shower cap, it's a no wash hair day, no hair wash day. But, you know, that day comes around and we're like, okay, time to wash my hair. I personally actually discovered that I do have fairly wavy hair. I'm on like day like 12 right now, so you're not going to be able to tell that my hair is wavy. It usually is only wavy for about the first day. But in discovering that, I found that there were just a lot of things I wasn't aware of that I was doing to damage my hair. And one of those was rough drying my hair with just a regular old towel. And so since then, I have switched over to this here, which is the T3 Luxe Turban Towel. Now, this, it's life-changing. I like can't live without it. It's again got that beautiful microfiber texture. And this is huge. I used to have a Turby twist and it was like too small, especially with my extensions. So like this one is just huge, you guys. It's like the whole length of my torso. It's perfect for super long hair like me. And then there's a couple other features to it as well. You've got this little elastic here. And what that elastic does is it hooks onto this coconut button here. So what you would do is you're gonna put it on, you would flip your head over, put it on like this, make sure your hair is all in this piece, and then you can kind of twist your hair up and go that way. I look a little crazy. Let me do it without my hair in it so you guys can see. Let's see if I can get my hair to cooperate. So ideally you would have this twisted up, and this is why they call it a turban towel, right? So your hair would be in this piece here, and then you would use that little tab right there and button it onto the button that now sits at the nape of your neck. So I'm going to button that. But obviously, like, my hair would be in it. So what this does is it very, very gently dries your hair to eliminate any extra like frizz or breakage that you would usually deal with when it comes to like rough drying with a regular towel. It does have a little bit of a different texture than the microfiber in the shower cap. This is a waffle texture, and the reason why they did that is because it helps to absorb moisture a lot better than just a regular microfiber would. So you can kind of see the texture difference between this one and this one, and that's because this one is for absorption. This one is also machine washable. I would probably wash this on a gentle cycle, hand wash cycle, if it were me, to really keep that microfiber nice and soft. Okay, let's get into like the little demo that we're gonna do. And so, you know, we've washed our hair, we used our little turban. Now we're out of the shower and we're ready to dry our hair. And this is actually why I went ahead and wet my bangs today. So the next product we're going to talk about is this Volume 2.0 Round Pro brush. And they have a number of different, I'm just going to brush through my hair. They have a number of different sizes in this product. It has this gorgeous gold, rose gold aluminum, and it is ceramic coated as well too. And just so you guys know the size, like 2-inch, that refers to the diameter of the barrel and therefore like how much wave you're going to get. So much larger ones are going to give you bigger waves, like bigger volume, less volume, whereas small is going to give you a little bit more volume because it's tighter. It also has this awesome non-slit handle right here and a little hole at the bottom. So if you like to put these on a hook, which I sometimes do, you could do that. So because the brush is vented, it works together with the hot air from your hair dryer to help shape the hair and smooth it. So that's what we're actually going to do today. And I don't have my T3 my T3 dryer. Oh, I left it at my sister's house. So I am just going to use my regular hair dryer. And so I have like grown out curtain bangs, and so I want to curl these away from my face. So I'm going to, let's see here. I'm basically going to hold the dryer here and then pull this back. And I might actually do it, I do find that doing it in 2 layers is sometimes helpful because I have. My hair's pretty fine, but it sometimes gives me a little bit more volume. So I'm going to do a lower heat setting because I just don't want too much damage. So let's give this a try. Okay, so as you can see, I'm going to do this section here in a second, but it's given a little bit of volume. I'm just going to let it sit there for now, and then I'll let it down kind of into my bangs. I don't want to like ruin that volume for the moment, so we're just going to kind of leave it there. Let's do the front, and you don't want to do it too hot because then you might burn the hair. I also think that this diameter brush is probably a little bit better for people who have shorter hair because you can't curl it too much because you don't want the hair to get stuck. So let's go ahead and do our little second section here. I forgot to add, I'm not a hairstylist or a hairdresser or anything like that, so I probably look like I'm struggling. If I look like I'm struggling, it's because I am, because I just struggle with all things hair. But you know what? The T3 tools like really, really help. Still a little bit damp. Okay, so we're just gonna do that much. It's a little bit, my hair's really fine, so it gets knotted really easily. But as you can see, it's just giving me like a nice little bit of volume here in the front. I do have a colic right in the middle, which means that my hair doesn't necessarily want to go one way or the other. It just kind of sits there. But if you saw what I did at the end here is I curled the brush a little bit and used the heat to create a little bit of a swoop there. So what I usually like to do now is I'll just take a regular brush. This brush is great too. I have another live that I did on it last week. It's the Cortex brush. And now, once that kind of settled down a little bit, now my little curtain bangs are settling in to their space on my face. So I like to tuck it behind my ears because I think that does a nice job of kind of keeping that curl that we used with this. So love this. I personally prefer to use this for bangs. My hair is so long that I don't think it would be good for like doing an entire blowout, but this is an awesome product for bangs. Okay, we've got two more we're going to talk about. Let's start with the next tool, which is the T3 single pass curling iron. Let me grab it. And while we're waiting, I'm actually going to plug in the other tool that we're going to use so that it has time to heat up. Because we're going to talk about both a curling iron and a straightener today. We're kind of gonna try to like run the gamut on quite a few different T3 items. So let me just get the straightener up and running. Okay. So next product we're going to talk about is the T3 single pass curling iron. This does have a clamp, and it has a 1.25 inch diameter. So when you have a diameter that's 1.25, I like to think of that as like beachy waves is kind of what I think of with 1.25. 1-inch curls tend to be quite a bit tighter, a little more. It all depends on your technique, but Shirley Temple kind of like. Whereas with this, you can create some really beautiful loose beach waves, whereas anything larger is going to give you kind of old Hollywood style waves. Again, just, you know, depending on the technique. I love that they have so many different colors in this. I did go for the graphite color. It has this beautiful ceramic coated barrel, so your hair is not going to like snag or get stuck, anything like that. It does have a soft touch tip on it that is heat sensitive, so you're not going to burn yourself on this. This is great for holding. And then it's got this little stand here as well too, so that you can put this on the counter when you're not using it, which is great. It does have also a swivel in terms of the cord here, so great for styling. And then you can see here are the different heat settings. There are 5 heat settings, and you access those by just clicking. And I don't have it plugged in right now, but you would see the lights pop up. It's super, super fast in terms of heating up. And this is like my favorite curling iron to use because I can use it as both a clamped iron and a wand. So it's not plugged in right now because I'm actually going to use the straightener with you guys. But for example, it's super easy to use. Obviously, you guys probably know how to use it with the clamp, right? You've got the clamp there on the hair. Do your thing, you know, curl it and whatnot. I like this because I find that it doesn't leave clamp marks on my hair either because the ceramic is so smooth. But I also like, I can use this as a wand as well if you wanted to. You can hold this open and put the hair around the barrel. And then because this end is not the wand, it's the heat sensitive part where you're not going to burn yourself. It's fully cool to the touch. You can use that to drop it into your hand and use it a little bit more like a wand if that's what your preference would be. Again, this one's not turned on, which is why I didn't leave a curl. But this one is really great. I think out of all of their curling irons, if you're not sure which one to get, I'd probably go for this 1.25 inch one because, like I said, 1.5 or 2 tends to be older Hollywood waves, really, really big waves. Smaller than 1.25, like 1 inch or less, are a little bit more tightly coiled. And I think they're just not like as fashionable as maybe beach waves are and that type of thing. Of course, if you guys have any questions, feel free to pop them in the chat box and I will answer them to the best of my ability. This is usually $150, but on the live stream it is $127.49. So you do get a bit of a savings there, which is really nice. It does also come with a little Velcro piece here that you can use when you wrap up your irons. It's not good to do this. Like, definitely don't keep your irons like that or any of your heat tools like that. You want to kind of curl them up in your hand and then use that little Velcro piece to keep it all together. And that will prolong the life of your heat tools as well. Okay, let's talk about our last product here, which we are actually going to do a bit of a demo of. And this one is my absolute favorite. So this is the Lucia ID 1-inch Smart Flat Iron. I know you're probably like, what do you mean it's smart? So this flat iron is fully customizable. Let me grab my little thing here. It has 9 different settings. And when you use this, what you actually do is you put in information about whether your hair is color treated, the length of your hair, and then the texture of your hair as well too. And that's going to decide what type of heat settings are applied to the device. So for me, I do have hair extensions. My personal hair is very fine, thin. It is color treated, whereas the extension hair that I have is thicker, longer. The texture is a little bit different. And so this is my favorite flat iron to use because I will change up the settings on it depending on if I'm straightening my extension hair or my personal hair. And I do find that that leads to really helping out the health of my hair because I'm not using the same amount of heat that I would on my extension hair that's so much longer and thicker than I would on my natural hair, which is pretty fine and a little bit more sensitive to heat damage, if that makes sense. Another cool thing about this iron is that it does have a little ion generator in here, which helps to reduce frizz as well as minimize static in the hair, which is super cool. And then it has a mode right here, this little blue button, and this is called refresh mode. And so depending on what settings you have put into it, you can use the refresh mode button. And this is all touch, by the way. You can use that refresh mode button to just refresh your hairstyle really quick. It kind of understands what your settings were last time. And the whole goal of this iron is to make it so that you're not applying. Sorry guys, let me close my door. My dogs are barking. Shh. That's like the beauty of a live show, right? Is that your dogs are barking in the background. So yes, it's all touch sensitive. The whole goal of this is to make sure that you're not applying too much heat to your hair, that type of thing. This is a fairly expensive iron though, I will say, $250. During the live stream, it is $211. I think this is worth every single penny because I also have used this for flat iron curls. I'm not great at it, but it definitely does work, because you can see it's got this curved barrel on the outside here as well. So awesome for that. Let's use this on her hair. And I'm just going to show you guys, because I do have, you can see like some remnants of curls here in my hair. Let's use a different brush. And I will show you guys how it works. And so I have it set right now for my extension hair because I'm probably not going to need to straighten my personal hair at the moment. And my extensions are sewn in, so I can't like remove them by myself to like style them. Okay. So as you guys can see here, I have like a little bit of a wave here in the hair. I already applied some heat spray earlier, so that's what, don't forget to apply your heat spray. Super, super important. Okay, so let's take this bottom piece of hair. I like to start with a little bit smaller sections because I feel like that reduces the need for me to go over it. You can see there's quite a bend here in the hair. I definitely had it curled this way for my birthday last weekend. And we're gonna take this flat iron, and I have it set right now for textured hair that's long and color treated. So in essence, this is probably one of the highest heat settings that there are. And it's super easy to use, just like any flat iron. You're just gonna go over the hair. And that made like a big difference actually in just one pass. You can see how much straighter that one is compared to this piece of hair from the same little bunch. And I'm gonna go over it twice because this hair is a little bit thicker than my hair. But that's all you really need to do. Like, I don't think that I need to go over that again. It's super shiny. It's so smooth. My hair never gets caught in it when I use this flat iron. I'm going to go ahead and just finish this side of my head. I always like to brush through the hair before ironing, using any sort of heat tool. And the hair is hot to the touch, so I know that it's working. I'm just going to go over it twice. And that's honestly all you need to do. I think you guys can see like how much straighter it is now. I do also feel like it looks smoother and more shiny as well, thanks to that little ion generator that exists right in here. You can kind of see it right there. I also like to use this on my bangs from time to time to do like a little bit of a swoop. Does it look great always? No, but that's because of my technique, not because of the iron. But like I said, I can go ahead and double tap that, and that's going to allow me to change these settings. So I can say, okay, my hair's not color treated and it's not, has very like thin texture and it's short. And then I would double tap again. And now it's going to reset the heat settings for that type of hair. As you probably saw before, these lines were all the way up here, which was for like way hotter hair, obviously my extension hair, and now I've changed it. And this is all based on touch. I am going to go ahead and turn it off. And it takes a couple minutes to cool down. I tend to like leave it on my counter. But the ceramic plates are just beautiful. The rose gold finishes are gorgeous as well too. If you're looking for a luxury hair iron, because I think at this price point, it's definitely more of a luxury product, highly, highly, highly recommend this guy right here. And that is everything we have for you today, you guys. We first talked about, I'll do like a little baby recap for you, since I know a couple people joined after the fact. The first product we talked about was the T3 Luxe Shower Cap, which is just beautiful. It has a really nice elasticized bonnet, and then it does have microfiber on the inside, as well as the more waterproof on the outside. So great for all hair types. You can throw this in the washing machine as well too, which is great. From there, we talked about if you are going to wash your hair that day, they have this beautiful towel that I've been using for a little while now. And this is also microfiber, but it's a waffle texture microfiber so that it's a little bit more absorbent on the hair. Comes with this button here that you can use to hook onto the elasticized little loop here when you're drying your hair. And it's huge. It's huge, you guys. It's great for all hair lengths, textures. Love this one as well too. And then we did a little bit of a demo where I showed you guys how I dried my bangs with the 2-inch round brush. Or the 2.0. It might not be, I don't think it's 2 inches. I think it's less than 2 inches. But this is the 2.0 round brush. Gorgeous rose gold coated ceramic. It's vented, so it makes it really, really easy to get in that hair. And we went in with our dryer together and did this. And I'll show, I mean, you guys can see it doesn't pull on the hair at all, which is so nice. Just beautiful. Love this product. I think it'd be better for shorter hair or if you're specifically styling bangs. And then we talked about the curling iron, the single pass 1.25-inch curling iron, which is one of my favorites. Comes in a couple of different colors. Let me grab it. This guy right here, gorgeous for beachy waves. It's kind of like your great do-it-all curling iron. And then we finished up with our little demo of the straightener. So if you guys have any questions at all, please feel free to pop them in the chat. You can totally follow me on Instagram. I have that linked on my profile here on Verishop. If you have questions about anything, just let me know. And I hope you guys have an awesome day, and thank you for joining my live. All right, y'all. Have a good one. I'll see you guys next time.